Overload and short circuit are very commonly heard faults in circuit systems. So let's explore in this video. Let's start with the overload. Well, it's kind of tells you that there is too much of something, right? Overload is too much of something. So in circuits, the word overload kind of means too much current. And too much current, why is it that bad? Why is it bad having too much current? Well, let's look at a typical household circuit. We have already seen that there is a live wire, neutral wire, and ground wire. So, to withhold current with certain capacity of the current that can flow through it, if the current exceeds the particular value, then what happens is that heat generated will be too much. The temperature will start increasing, and because of that, a lot of bad things can happen. Like, for example, the insulation of these wires can start, you know, melting off, exposing these wires, and those wires can start touching. Otherwise, it can be very bad, and in the worst case, it can even catch fire. So, too much current causes too much heat, which can cause fire. That's why overload is very bad for us. So, basically, overload is too much current. And how do we ensure that doesn't happen in our circuits? Well, you may all have seen about this that whole idea is using a fuse or fuse is basically a wire which has high resistance which ensures that the fuse wire starts heating up first and melts first. So, if the current exceeds a particular value before these wires start feeling the heat, that is the fuse wire that will melt first and immediately cut from the circuit. So, ensuring all our devices are safe. So, that's basically how overload protection pretty much works in the most basic terms. And of course, today we also have something called circuit breakers, which is another advanced version of the fuse. Whenever fault happens, we need to change the fuse wire, right? So it's a headache, but with circuit breakers, automatically it breaks the circuit as a switch. It works on a similar principle but a little advanced. Now, we have understood what overload is, but the question could be what causes this overload, right? What causes too much current to flow in our circuit? Well, there could be multiple reasons for that. So, one of the reasons could be too much voltage. And again, what does that mean? The voltage between the live wire and neutral wire in India is about 220 volts, right? That's supposed to be the voltage, and all our devices will be designed to work for that particular voltage. However, sometimes in due to certain things like you may know there may be lightning strike, there may be like huge magnetic field comes in, and some sort of static electricity can suddenly increase this voltage, and we call that as a voltage spike. So, if a voltage increases in the circuit, immediately all the current in the circuits will start increasing. So, that's one of the ways in which overload can happen. And again, fuse protects us from such voltage surges. This is another way in which an overload can happen. And we also can see different way again, like having too many devices. What does that mean? Like when one plug point is not enough, we attach an extender and then we start attaching too many devices to it. Now each of these devices draws some current and therefore the total current drawn in the circuit starts increasing, right? The more devices you attach, the more current it's drawn. And again, eventually the same problem can happen. If the current drawn is too much, it's more than the capacity of that, we say that there's an overload happening. So this time overload happened because too many devices were attached, and that's why it's always advisable not to do this. But this is just one of the ways to overload. Overload is a very generic term, you know. Alright. Another way of having overload or of getting overload would be to create something called a short circuit. You may have heard of this word. And what does this word short circuit mean? In short, it's kind of me it's kind of creating a low resistance path. Low resistance path means it's usually happens when the wires start touching each other. So let me tell you what it means now. Imagine somehow the live wire touching the neutral wire where they have lost insulation. Now notice there is a path from live to neutral over here. Current can flow like this, and the resistance from here to here is extremely low, right? And so what we have now done is created a short circuit. We have created an extremely low resistance path to go from here to here.